Welcome. Welcome in. Take a moment before anything else to settle where you are. Let your shoulders soften. Let your jaw unclench just a little. Let the small muscles around your eyes relax, as though you had been holding them gently open and could now let them rest. There's nothing you need to follow tonight. There's nothing you need to remember. The words will move on their own, and you can move with them or drift away from them whenever it suits you. Take a slow breath in and a slower breath out, and one more in your own time. Tonight, you are going to descend very gently into a place that is quiet and warm and lit by a soft, pale light that has been waiting for you for a long while. You will not have to hurry there. You will not have to do anything when you arrive. You will only be a guest, watching patient hands at patient work, listening to the slow breathing of stone. If your bed needs adjusting, adjust it now. If your pillow needs to be shaped a little kinder against your neck, shape it now. If a blanket needs to be pulled up to your shoulder, pull it up. Settle in. Make yourself heavy where you lie. Imagine, as you breathe out, that any small, busy thought of the day can be set down on a shelf just outside the room you are about to enter. The shelf is sturdy. The shelf will hold whatever you leave on it. Nothing you set down there will be lost. It will all be waiting in the morning for whichever pieces of it you choose to pick up again. But none of it needs to come with you tonight. Let your tongue rest soft behind your teeth. Let your hands rest open or curled, whichever is easier. Let your feet feel warm or cool or simply present at the far end of you. You are about to step out into a desert at the very edge of evening, where a single rope ladder hangs down into the earth. You are about to be welcomed into a quiet little guild of mirror silverers, whose work is to coat glass with a thin skin of brightness, by hand, one mirror at a time, in a glowing room of selenite stone. There is no test waiting for you. There is no quota to meet. There is only the slow craft, and the warm bowl, and the milk pale light, and the company of someone older and gentler than you, who has been doing this work since long before you arrived, and who will keep doing it after you have gone home to your bed. Breathe in, slowly. Breathe out, slowly. Let us begin. You are standing on a high desert plateau at the close of the day. The air is dry and faintly cool, the cool that comes when the sun has slipped behind the western ridge, but the sand still remembers it. Around you, the land stretches in long, pale waves of dust and stone, and the sky above is the deep, clean blue of evening, with the first single star already burning quietly in it. A small wind moves across your face, smelling of dry, powdery stone and a thin, distant sweetness, like the breath of plants that have learned to live on very little water. There's nothing rushing in this landscape. The shadows are long. The colors are soft. A little way ahead of you, in the flat, sandy ground, there's a circle of pale stones, and inside the circle of stones, a dark opening, round, smooth-rimmed, no bigger than the mouth of a well. From the opening, a rope ladder descends, fixed at the rim with wooden pegs polished by many hands. You walk to the edge of the opening. Your steps are quiet on the sand. You kneel, and you look down. The shaft below you is not black. It is gently lit from somewhere far below, with a soft, milk-pale glow. A glow like the inside of a moon, if a moon had an inside, and were patient enough to share it. The light does not flicker. The light does not pulse. It simply is, and it rises slowly up the throat of the shaft to greet you. You take hold of the rope ladder. The rope is thick and warm to the touch, woven from a fiber that has been treated with beeswax until it is supple and soft. The rungs are smooth wood, worn flat in the center by the soles of feet that have come and gone, season after season. You begin to descend. You do not hurry. There is no reason to hurry. One rung at a time, you let the ladder carry your weight, and the shaft draws you down into its glow. The walls of the shaft are dry, pale stone, faintly grained. You can smell the cool dryness of them, a powdery scent, mineral and clean, with no dampness in it at all. As you descend, the light around you grows. It is not brighter exactly. It is fuller, as though you are moving down into the body of a great soft lantern. The sounds of the desert above you fade. The wind on the plateau cannot reach down here. There is only the small creak of the ladder, the soft sound of your own breathing, and somewhere far below, the low, patient hum of someone humming, almost too quiet to hear. You descend further. One rung, another. The shaft widens. The walls draw apart from you, as though the throat of the well were opening into something larger. And then, all at once, but very gently, you are no longer in a shaft. You are in a chamber. You pause on the ladder and look. You are inside a geode. The chamber around you is vast and rounded, like the inside of a great pale egg, and every surface of it, floor and walls and the high curved ceiling, is crusted with selenite crystals, long blade-shaped crystals, palm-wide and forearm-long, growing in tilted clusters and gentle fans, layered upon one another in slow, patient sheets. The crystals are the color of milk left to stand. They are the color of moonlight kept in a jar. And from somewhere within them, from somewhere within their layered translucence, comes the soft glow that fills the whole chamber. It is not bright. It would not strain anyone's eyes. It is the kind of light you could rest in for hours and not grow tired. The kind of light that does not throw sharp shadows, because it comes from everywhere at once. The bottom of the ladder rests on a smooth, flat stone set into the curving floor. You step down from it, and the floor beneath your feet is gentle and uneven. A long, slow bowl made of selenite blades that have been worn flat by long use, polished by the passing of soft cloth shoes for many years. The air in here is warmer than the desert above, not hot, just kind, just the temperature of a hand. The dry, powdery scent of cool stone fills the chamber, and beneath it there is another scent, a faint sweetness, mineral and toasted, like grain warmed gently in a pan. Across the chamber, in the soft, pale glow, you see the workshop. There are low wooden benches set in a wide curve along one side of the geode, their tops worn smooth and pale with use. There are small cradles of dark felt arranged in patient rows on a long shelf, each cradle holding a square or oval of glass tilted at a careful angle. There's a sand bath, a broad, shallow tray of warmed sand on a low iron stand, and resting in the sand, like an egg in a nest, a small copper bowl. There's a tall, thin cabinet of many shallow drawers, all lined with pale felt. There's a kettle, dark and dull, humming faintly on a tiny brazier. And there, sitting on a low bench near the sand bath, with their back gently rounded and their hands resting open on their knees, is the elder silverer. They turn their head as you come down from the ladder, and they smile at you. A small, slow, real smile. They do not stand. They do not call out. They only lift one hand in a quiet welcome, and tip their head toward the bench beside them, as if to say, "Come and sit. There's time. There's always time." You cross the curving floor toward them. Your steps make almost no sound on the polished selenite. The light moves around you as you walk, the pale glow shifting very slowly along the crystal walls, the way the surface of a deep, still pond shifts when something far down in it has stirred. You sit on the bench beside the elder silverer. They are dressed in soft, pale clothes, a long tunic the color of unbleached linen, sleeves rolled neatly to the elbow, trousers gathered at the ankle, shoes of soft felt. Their hair is the color of old silver, brushed back and held at the nape with a plain cord. Their face is lined gently around the eyes, the lines of someone who has been calm for a very long time. Their hands are clean and steady, with the faint, pale stain on the fingertips that comes from many years of careful work with metal solutions. They do not speak. They only nod and turn their gaze toward the copper bowl warming in the sand bath, as if to say, "This is where we begin." For a little while, you simply sit. You let your eyes wander along the curving walls. You watch the soft, pale glow move as slowly as the hour hand of a clock. You let your breathing match the elder's, which is slow and even and very quiet. The geode breathes too. You can hear it if you listen. Now and then, a long, soft sigh comes from somewhere deep in the stone. A slow shift of temperature, a settling of crystal upon crystal, as the desert above cools and the geode adjusts itself in answer. The sighs are not sudden. They are long and gradual, like the breath of a sleeping animal. The elder silverer reaches, in their own time, for a small wooden spoon and stirs the contents of the copper bowl. The bowl is full of a clear, pale liquid, faintly warm. They lift the spoon, watch a drop fall, and tilt the bowl gently, as if listening to the way it moves. They nod once, satisfied. The solution is ready. They turn to you, and they hold out a soft apron of pale cloth. You take it and tie it on. The cloth is light and clean, smelling faintly of cedar and dry stone. It falls easily down the front of you, covering your clothes. The elder lifts a square of glass from a small stack at their side. The glass is perfectly clean, perfectly clear, polished to a high transparency on both sides. They hold it up to the milk-pale light and turn it, looking for any speck or smear. Finding none, they set it gently into one of the felt cradles, tilting it so that one corner is the lowest and the rest of the surface slopes upward. Then they take the copper bowl in both hands, and you can see, in the way their fingers curl around it, the simple pleasure of copper bowl warmth against the palms, and they bring it slowly to the cradle. They pour, in a thin, steady stream, a small pool of the pale solution onto the high edge of the tilted glass, and the liquid begins to move. It does not run, it slides. Slowly, glossily, in a wide, thick sheet, the silvering solution travels down the surface of the glass like syrup. You watch it cross the glass with the patient deliberation of honey from a tipped jar. The liquid finds every edge. It spreads itself evenly, gathering at the low corner, where the elder has placed a small clay dish to catch the runoff. The glass is now covered in a perfect pale film, just barely cloudy, faintly glimmering in the geode's light. The elder sets the bowl down. They do not touch the glass again. They only watch it, with the patient attentiveness of a person watching a slow sunset. And after a little while they nod and turn to you, and gesture toward another square of clean glass at your elbow. Your turn. You lift the glass. It is cool and smooth in your fingers, smelling faintly of the soft cloth it has been wrapped in. You hold it up to the milk-pale light, as the elder did, and turn it slowly, looking for any speck. You find none. You set it into the next felt cradle and tilt it so one corner is low. You take the copper bowl in both hands. The warmth of the copper spreads at once into your palms, into your wrists, up into the soft hollows of your arms. It is the warmth of a sun-warmed stone, the warmth of a cup of tea in winter. You hold it for a long moment, just feeling the weight of it, the round, honest balance of it. Then you tip it, slowly, and let a thin, pale stream slide onto the high edge of the glass. The liquid moves. You watch the syrupy slide of silvering solution across glass, slow, smooth, glossy, and you feel something inside you slow down to match it. Your shoulders drop a little further. Your jaw softens further. Your breath grows longer. The liquid finds every edge of the glass. It spreads itself evenly. It gathers at the low corner, in the small clay dish. The glass is filmed in pale, glimmering brightness. You set down the copper bowl. You do not touch the glass. You only watch it. Beside you, the elder hums, almost too quietly to hear, a low, slow melody, only a few notes long, repeating gently. It is one of the setting songs, you realize, the song that marks the minutes of this first curing bath. You do not need to know the words. You do not need to know the tune. It is enough that the humming is there, threading through the soft glow of the geode, like a fine, warm cord. The two glass plates set themselves in their cradles, side by side. The pale liquid darkens, very slowly, as the silver within it gathers itself and binds to the glass. The change is so gradual that you can only see it if you look away and look back. You look away and look back, and there it is. A faint deepening, a slow thickening of the film. While the plates set, the elder rises. They walk with unhurried steps along the curve of the workshop, and you stand and follow them. You begin to walk around. The geode is large, larger than it seemed when you first arrived. The curving floor leads you around the inside of the chamber in a long, gentle arc, past cradle after cradle of setting glass. Some are early in their bath, their films still pale and milky. Some are further along, their films deepening into a soft mirror darkness. Some are nearly finished, glimmering on their cradles with the first hints of true brightness, like dark water beginning to catch the moon. At each cradle, the elder stops. They lean, and they bring their face close to the back of the glass, and they blow. A slow, soft breath across the setting film, just enough to encourage it. They do not blow hard. They breathe upon it, the way you might breathe on cold fingers in winter. The film accepts the breath. The mirror settles a little more. The elder steps back and gestures for you to do the same. You lean, and you bring your face close to the back of the glass, and you blow, slowly, softly, only a thread of breath. The film does not move. It simply accepts your breath. You stand back. The elder nods. You move on to the next cradle, and the next, and the next. At each one, you breathe. The geode breathes around you in its slow thermal sighs, the dry, powdery scent of cool stone rising and settling. The milk-pale glow of the selenite walls moves around you both, almost imperceptibly. When the round is finished, you have come all the way back to where you began. The first two plates, The ones you and the elder set together have darkened further. Their films are still curing, but you can already see, faintly, the beginning of true silvering. A depth, a gentle reflectiveness, as if the glass were beginning to remember what it would become. The elder lifts a small chamois cloth from a shelf. It is soft, the color of cream, well used, folded into a neat square. They take up one of the older plates, a mirror nearly finished, its silvering complete, only its edges still needing attention, and they hold it gently in both hands. They begin to polish the edge of the mirror with the chamois in slow, careful strokes, working their way around the rim. The soft scrape of chamois on a mirror edge is a small sound, but in the quiet of the geode, it carries clearly. A small, dry, even sound, like the brush of a moth's wing on a paper lantern. Stroke, stroke, stroke. The elder works their way around the mirror's rim, and each stroke is the same length, the same pressure, the same quiet voice. When they have finished, they hand the mirror to you. You take it. The mirror is heavier than you expected. The cool weight of a finished hand mirror settles into your palms, solid and honest. The glass is cool. The silvering is perfect. You turn the mirror toward the milk-pale light of the geode, and you see, in its surface, the soft glow of selenite reflected back, a small, pale moon caught in your hands. For a moment, you only hold it. The mirror is calm. The mirror does not judge what it shows. It only offers back what is in front of it, with patient honesty. The elder hands you another chamois. You take up the next mirror, the next nearly finished plate, and you begin to polish its edges as they did. Stroke, stroke, stroke. You work your way slowly around the rim. The chamois drinks any faint residue from the edge. The mirror grows cleaner, kinder to the touch, more itself. When you have finished, the elder is already moving toward the tall, thin cabinet with a mirror in their hands. They draw open one of the felt-lined drawers. A long, quiet pulling sound, like the slow opening of a soft mouth, and they place the mirror gently inside, on its bed of pale felt. They close the drawer just as gently, and the muffled hush of felt-lined drawers closing is a sound that seems to belong to this place more than any other. Soft, final, kind. You bring your mirror to the cabinet. You draw open the next drawer. You lay the mirror on its felt, glass side up, where it rests as if it had always rested there. You close the drawer. The muffled hush settles over it. The work goes on like this for a while. You move from cradle to cradle. You breathe upon the setting plates. You polish the edges of the nearly finished ones. You lay the finished ones into the felt-lined drawers. The elder works with you, sometimes a little ahead, sometimes a little behind, always close. Now and then, they hum. Now and then, you find that you are humming too, though you did not decide to start. It is a small, low, easy hum, and it threads itself into the work. Time, in the geode, becomes a soft thing. You do not know how long you have been working. You do not need to know. The milk-pale light has not changed. The temperature of the air has not changed. The dry, powdery scent of cool stone is the same. Only the slow, thermal sighs of the geode tell you that, somewhere above, the desert is cooling further into night. After a long while of patient work, the elder turns and lays a hand gently on your sleeve. They tip their head toward the low bench by the sand bath. It is time, the gesture says, for a rest. There's always time for a rest. You walk back to the bench together, and you sit. The elder lifts the dark kettle from its tiny brazier. They pour a thin, pale gold stream into 2 small clay cups, handleless cups, round in the palm, glazed the color of unfired clay on the outside and the color of cream within. The steam that rises from the cups is faintly sweet and faintly toasted, the faint mineral sweetness of warm barley tisane. It is the scent of grain warmed gently and steeped slowly, and it fills the small space around the bench with a soft, comfortable cloud. The elder hands you a cup. You receive it in both hands. The cup is warm. The warmth spreads from the clay into your palms, into your wrists, up into the soft hollows of your arms. The same kind of warmth as the copper bowl, but quieter, more inward. You lift the cup to your lips. You sip. The Tisane is gentle. It tastes of grain and of a faint mineral sweetness and of warmth. It is not strong. It is not sharp. It is the kind of drink that asks nothing of you. It only meets you kindly in the middle of the cup. You drink slowly. The elder drinks slowly. They look out across the workshop at the cradles of setting mirrors, at the milk pail walls, at the dark cabinet with its many felt-lined drawers. They're humming again, very low, the setting song, the minute song. You sit, you sip, you listen. A long, quiet thermal sigh moves through the geode. The walls seem, very briefly, to shimmer, not in a hurried way, but in a slow, rolling shimmer that travels along the curve of the chamber, as if the selenite were stretching itself, the way a great patient cat will stretch in its sleep. The milk pail glow steadies again. The walls settle. The hum continues. You drink. The cup grows lighter in your hands as you drink. When the cup is empty, you hold it still, just feeling the last of its warmth against your palms. The elder sets down their cup. They rise. They tip their head toward the cradles, and you understand. It is time for another round. There is no urgency. The round will be done because it is time, not because anything depends on it. The mirrors will set as they set. The work will follow the work. You rise. You walk with them along the curve of the geode. At the first cradle, you lean. You blow softly upon the back of the setting film. You step back. The elder follows. They blow and step back. You move on. At the second cradle, you lean. You blow softly. You step back. The elder follows. You move on. At the third cradle, you lean. You blow softly. You step back. The elder follows. You move on. There's a kind of comfort in this repetition, you find. The same small motion, the same small breath, repeated again and again, gentling you further with each cradle. Your steps grow softer. Your breath grows longer. You stop noticing whether you are humming or not, because the humming has become a part of you, somewhere low in your chest. When you finish the round, you return to the bench. You do not sit yet. The elder lifts the copper bowl from the sand bath, where it has been warming again, and gestures to you. There are new plates to silver. The first ones are deep into their cure now, their films grown patient and dark, almost finished. You take a fresh square of glass from the stack. You hold it up to the milk pail light and turn it, looking for any speck. You find none. You set it into the next felt cradle, tilted at its careful angle. You take the copper bowl. The warmth meets your palms again. Copper bowl warmth against the palms. And you feel, again, the quiet pleasure of it. You tip the bowl. The thin, pale stream slides onto the high edge of the glass, and the liquid begins its journey. the syrupy slide of silvering solution across glass, the slow, honest sheet of pale brightness traveling down the surface, finding every edge, gathering at the low corner. The plate is filmed. The cradle holds it. The mirror has begun. You set down the bowl. The elder beside you is preparing another plate. You watch their hands for a little while, the steady, unhurried, faintly silver-stained fingers, and you find that watching them is its own kind of rest. The geode breathes. The walls glow. The cradles hold their mirrors. The drawers wait with their felt linings for the next finished work. The dark kettle hums on its brazier. The chamois cloths rest folded on their shelf. Everything is in its place. Everything has been in its place for a long time. You begin another round. You walk the curve of the floor again. You stop at each cradle. You lean. You blow softly upon the setting film. You step back. The elder follows, or moves a little ahead, or pauses to polish the edge of a nearly finished mirror with a soft chamois. The dry, small scrape of chamois on a mirror edge sounds, and the milk-pale walls shimmer faintly, and the geode sighs in its slow, patient way. At one cradle, the mirror is finished. The film has set fully. The silvering is even, deep, perfect. The elder lifts the mirror gently from its felt and turns it toward the light, and you both see, briefly, the cool, reflected face of the selenite walls and its surface, a moon held in glass. The elder nods. They polish the edge with a chamois. Stroke, stroke, stroke. And they carry the mirror to the cabinet. They draw open a drawer. The long, quiet, pulling sound. They lay the mirror onto its felt. They close the drawer. The muffled hush. They turn back to the round. You walk on. At another cradle, a mirror is also finished. They gesture for you to take it. You lift it. The cool weight of a finished hand mirror settles into your palms, solid and honest. You take the chamois. You polish the edge. Stroke, stroke, stroke. Working your way slowly around the rim. The mirror grows kinder beneath your hands. You carry it to the cabinet. You draw open a drawer. The long, quiet pulling sound. You lay the mirror down. You close the drawer. The muffled hush. You move on. The work breathes itself in and out, the way the geode breathes. Plates are coated. Plates set. Plates are polished. Plates are laid into the felt-lined drawers. Every now and then, you and the elder sit, and you drink Barley Tisane from the small clay cups, and the elder hums the setting songs, and the warmth of the cup spreads through your palms, and the steam carries its faint mineral sweetness into your face. You begin to feel, in the way you used to feel as a small child, the deep, good tiredness of having spent yourself on patient work. Not a hurried tiredness, not an anxious tiredness, the slow, settled tiredness of a body that has found its rhythm and has been moving inside that rhythm for a long while. Your shoulders are lower than they have been in many months. Your jaw is soft. The small, worried muscles around your eyes are at rest. Your hands feel warm. Your breath is long and even. The elder sees this. They do not say anything. They only smile their small, slow, real smile, and they tip their head toward the bench again. You sit. They lift the dark kettle and pour again, a thin, pale gold stream into the small clay cups. The faint mineral sweetness of warm barley tisane rises from the cups, and you receive yours in both hands, and the warmth meets your palms once more. You sip. For a long while, you simply sit and sip. The milk-pale walls glow gently around you. The cradles hold their setting mirrors in their patient rows. The drawers of the cabinet Half of them hold their finished work, asleep on pale felt. The kettle hums softly on its brazier. The elder hums their low setting song, threading the minutes together. A long, slow thermal sigh moves through the geode. The walls shimmer faintly. Up above, somewhere far above, the desert has cooled into its deep night. The cold has reached down into the stone, and the stone has answered. The geode has answered. The geode is breathing with the night. The elder turns to you after a while and tips their head toward the far side of the workshop, where a low, broad shelf has been cut into the curve of the wall and lined with soft folded blankets and a long, flat cushion. It is, you understand, a resting place, a place to lie down between rounds when the body grows heavy. They do not insist. They only point with their chin in the gentle way of someone offering a kindness without making it a duty. You set down your empty cup. You rise from the bench. You walk slowly across the curving floor, your soft cloth shoes making almost no sound on the polished selenite, the milk pale glow moving gently along the walls as you go. The geode is enormous and quiet around you. The dry, powdery scent of cool stone fills your breath. You feel the patient, steady warmth of the air on your face. You reach the resting shelf. The cushion is long and flat, covered in a pale, soft cloth that smells faintly of cedar and old stone. The folded blankets are stacked at one end, light wool, the color of unbleached linen, soft to the touch. You sit on the edge of the shelf. You take off your soft cloth shoes. You set them neatly side by side on the floor. You lie down. The cushion accepts your weight, slowly. Your shoulders settle. Your hips settle. The back of your head settles into the soft cloth. You draw one of the blankets up over you to your shoulder, and the wool is light and gentle, just heavy enough to feel like company. You let your hands rest. You let your feet rest. You look up. Above you, the curving wall of the geode rises into a high, pale dome, every surface of it crusted with selenite blades, every blade carrying a portion of the milk-pale glow. The dome is enormous. The dome is patient. The dome has been holding this glow long before any silverer was born, and will hold it long after. You watch the slow, imperceptible shimmer of the walls. You hear, somewhere across the workshop, the soft motion of the elder still working, the small, dry scrape of chamois on a mirror edge, the long, quiet pulling of a drawer, the muffled hush of the drawer closing. Now and then, the low setting song. Now and then, a slow thermal sigh from the stone. You breathe in. You breathe out. You feel, in your palm still, the memory of copper bowl warmth. You feel, behind your eyes still, the soft, pale slide of silvering solution across glass. You taste, faintly, the mineral sweetness of barley tisane on your tongue. The geode breathes around you. You breathe with it. For a little while you lie awake, just watching the soft, pale dome. There's nothing you need to do. There's no plate to coat. There's no edge to polish. There's no drawer to open or close. The elder is keeping the round. The elder will keep the round. You are only resting. You feel, very quietly, your body grow heavier on the cushion. Your shoulders sink. Your hips sink. The back of your head sinks. The blanket sits gently on you. Just enough company. The walls glow. The walls glow. The walls glow. A long thermal sigh moves through the stone. You breathe in. You breathe out. After a while, your eyes grow heavy. You let them rest a little. You open them again, and the milk-pale glow is still there, faithful and unchanged. You let them rest again. You open them again. The glow is still there. You feel, at the edge of you, the soft hum of the setting song. You feel, in your hands, the memory of warmth. You feel, all around you, the slow, patient breath of stone. You can let go of the round now. You can let go of the bowl, and the cradle, and the chamois, and the drawer. They will be there in the morning. They will be there, always. The work does not need you tonight. The work is patient. You can let go, too, of the desert above, and the sky, and the rope ladder, and the long, high plateau. They will be there in the morning. They will be there always. You can let go of the shelf, the one you set your busy thoughts on, just outside the geode. Whatever you set there will keep. The shelf is sturdy. The shelf does not forget. Here, in the milk-pale glow, there's only the slow breathing of stone, and the gentle hum of an old setting song, and the patient, kind hands of someone working softly nearby. You breathe in. You breathe out. The walls glow. You are warm. You are safe. You are held. The geode breathes. You breathe with it. A long, slow sigh moves through the stone. The hum continues, low and easy. The cradles hold their mirrors. The drawers hold their mirrors. The light does not change. The light is kind. You breathe in. You breathe out. Your eyes are heavy. Let them rest. Your shoulders are heavy. Let them rest. Your hands are heavy. Let them rest. The cushion is soft. The blanket is light. The walls glow. The walls glow. The geode breathes. You are warm. You are safe. You are held. Sleep now. Sleep gently. The mirrors are setting. The light is steady. The stone is patient. The hum is low. Sleep. 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 And as you drift, the geode drifts with you. The walls go on glowing their soft milk-pale glow, and the hum goes on its low, easy way. And somewhere not far from where you rest, the patient hands continue their patient work. A cloth moves in slow circles. A bowl is set down with a small, soft sound. A drawer slides closed on its old wooden runners. You do not need to listen. The sounds will listen to themselves. You do not need to watch. The light will keep watch. You do not need to hold anything. The cushion holds you. The blanket holds you. The stone, all around, holds you. You breathe in slowly. You breathe out slowly. Somewhere, far above, the desert is cooling under its quiet sky. The long, high plateau is silvered by a moon that takes its time. The rope ladder sways a finger's width in a soft, warm breeze, and the cairn of pale stones at the edge of the opening keeps its calm watch. None of it asks anything of you. All of it is content to wait. You can let it wait. You can let it all wait. Down here, in the milk-pale glow, the hours are not the same hours. They're longer and softer. They move the way honey moves off a wooden spoon, slowly, in a single golden thread, taking as long as they need. You are inside one of those long, soft hours now. You may stay as long as you like. A small sound nearby, the gentle clink of a mirror being lifted from its cradle and turned just once to catch the light on its other face. The patient hands are checking the setting. The setting is good. The mirror is laid back into its cradle. The chamois passes over it once, in a slow circle, and then once again, just for the joy of the motion. You feel that motion in your own breath, in and around and out, in and around and out. The hum shifts very slightly into a lower register. It is not a new song. It is the same setting song, just settling further into itself, the way a cat settles further into a sunlit cushion when it is sure no one will disturb it. The song is sure. The song is unhurried. The song knows all of its own verses by heart and is in no rush to reach them. You let the song carry your breath. In, out, in, out. The walls glow. The stone breathes. You breathe with the stone. Somewhere in the chamber, a small lamp is being trimmed. You can tell only by the way the light deepens for a moment, then steadies, then deepens again, then steadies. It is a soft, small ritual. It is the kind of ritual that has been performed in this chamber a great many times, by a great many patient hands, over a great many quiet years. Each trimming is the same. Each trimming is enough. The light steadies. The hum continues. You drift a little further. If a thought wanders by, the way thoughts sometimes do, even in the warmest of places, you may notice it the way you notice a moth passing through a beam of lamplight. There it is. There it goes. It is not yours to follow. It is not yours to keep. The shelf outside the geode is still sturdy. The shelf still does not forget. Whatever the thought wants to say, the shelf will hold it for you, neatly, until morning. You do not have to answer the thought. You do not have to answer anything tonight. The only answer asked of you is the slow rise and fall of your breath, and your breath is already answering, all on its own, without your help. In, out, in, out. The geode breathes with you. A second small sound, the soft turning of a page in a ledger somewhere on a low wooden table. The patient hands are marking down the night's work. A line is drawn. A small mark is made beside it. The pen is set down. The ledger is closed. The ledger has a worn leather cover and a faint smell of cedar, and it is content to wait on the table until the next setting. Cedar. You remember the cedar from the long shelves above. You remember the warmth of stone from the walls of the corridor. You remember the bells, somewhere far off, the small bronze bells at the edge of the plateau, ringing once and then once again, slow as the slow turn of a wheel. Cedar, warmth of stone. The bells. Cedar, warmth of stone. The bells. These three things travel with you, gently, the way a small lantern travels with a traveler down a quiet road. They do not lead. They do not push. They only keep company. You breathe in the cedar. You feel the warmth of stone. You hear, very faintly, the bells. And under all of it, the low, easy hum of the setting song, and the milk-pale glow of the walls, and the slow, patient breath of the geode, all around. You are deeper now, deeper into the cushion, deeper into the blanket, deeper into the kind hold of the chamber. Your shoulders have grown softer. Your hands have grown softer. The small lines at the corners of your eyes have grown softer. Everything in you that was holding has begun, gently, to let go. There is nothing left to hold. There is nothing left to do. There is only this. The walls glow. The hum carries on. The patient hands move in their slow, steady circles, somewhere not far from where you rest. If your breath wishes to slow further, let it. If your breath wishes to deepen, let it. If your breath wishes simply to go on as it is, let it do that too. The breath knows. The breath has always known. You may let it lead and follow it down, the way you might follow a soft path that leads gently downhill between low, warm walls toward a place where someone has already laid a light blanket out for you. The blanket is already there. The blanket is already over you. You are already warm. You are already safe. You are already held. Somewhere in the chamber, the small lamp is trimmed one more time. The light deepens, then steadies. The patient hands rest for a moment on the edge of the low wooden table. The setting song hums on, low and easy, taking its time. There is no hurry. There's never been any hurry here. There will not be any hurry here, for as long as the stone keeps its slow, patient breath, which is to say, always. You let the always rest around you like a second blanket. Always, always. The geode breathes. You breathe with it. A small, warm draft moves across the chamber, the way a draft sometimes moves through a sleeping house, lifting the edge of a curtain and setting it down again. The draft passes near you and goes on. It is a kind draft. It does not disturb. It only checks, the way a careful soul checks on a sleeping friend, and then continues on its quiet rounds. You may have been a careful soul like that, once, in some other room, in some other hour. Tonight, you are the friend being checked on. Tonight, you are the one being kept. Let yourself be kept. The hum lowers another fraction. The light softens another fraction. The walls of the Geode glow, still, but they glow the way coals glow late in the evening, when the fire has done its work and is settling into its long, warm rest. You are settling into your long, warm rest. Your breath is slow. Your body is heavy in the kindest possible way. Your thoughts have grown faint, the way distant lanterns grow faint when you walk far enough down the road. You walk a little further down the road. The lanterns grow a little fainter. You walk a little further. The road is soft underfoot. The road leads nowhere in particular. The road only wants you to rest. You may rest. You may rest now. The cedar travels with you. The warmth of stone travels with you. The small bronze bells travel with you, ringing once, and then once again, slow as a slow turning wheel. Cedar, stone, bells, cedar, stone, bells, and the hum under all of it, and the milk pale glow around all of it, and the slow, patient breath of the geode, holding all of it. You are held. You are held. You are held. The patient hands, somewhere not far away, draw a soft cloth over the last bowl of the night. The cloth makes its slow circle. The bowl is set down. The drawer is slid closed on its old wooden runners. The ledger rests on the low wooden table. The lamp burns low and steady. The setting song hums, lower still, the way a parent hums to a child long after the child has stopped listening, only because the humming itself is part of the kindness. The humming is part of the kindness. The kindness goes on. The kindness does not need you to notice it. It is enough that it is there. It is there. It will be there. In the morning, if you wish, you may come back to the long shelves and the patient bowls and the cedar drawers. The corridor will still smell of warm stone. The plateau above will still hold its calm sky. The rope ladder will still sway its finger's width in its soft, warm breeze. The cairn of pale stones will still keep its quiet watch. The bells will still ring, once, and then once again, slow as the turning of a slow wheel. None of it is going anywhere. None of it asks anything of you. All of it is content to wait. You may let it wait. You may let it all wait. Tonight, there's only the cushion and the blanket, and the milk pale glow, and the low, easy hum, and the slow, patient breath of stone. You breathe with the stone. The stone breathes with you. A long, slow sigh moves through the chamber, the way a long, slow sigh sometimes moves through a sleeping house. when everyone in it has finally let go of the day. You are part of that sigh. The geode is part of that sigh. The patient hands, the lamp, the ledger, the cedar drawers, the warm stone walls, all of it is part of that one long, slow sigh. The sigh settles. The chamber settles. You settle. Your breath slows further. Your body grows heavier still, in the kindest possible way. The walls glow. The hum continues. You rest. You rest. You rest. If your mind drifts toward sleep, let it. If your mind drifts away from sleep, let it. Either way, you are already where you need to be. There's no door left to walk through. There's no task left to finish. There's no thought left to think. There's only the warm, patient hold of the chamber, and your breath, and the hum, and the glow. The glow does not change. The glow is kind. The glow is steady. The patient hands have begun now to slow their slow work. The cloth lies folded on the edge of the low wooden table. The chamois lies beside it, soft and worn. The bowls are all set into their cradles. The cradles are all set into their drawers. The drawers are all closed. The ledger is closed. The lamp burns low. The setting is done for the night. The mirrors are all setting in their soft, slow way. The chamber has finished its work. There's nothing left to do, anywhere, in any of the long, quiet hours of this long, quiet night. There's only rest. There is only rest. There is only rest. You feel the cushion under you. Soft. You feel the blanket over you. Light. You feel the warm stone of the chamber all around. Patient. You feel your own slow breath moving in and out and in and out, gentle as a tide so far from any shore that no one will ever hear it. In, out, in, out. The hum lowers, lowers, until it is hardly more than a memory of a hum. The light lowers, lowers, until it is hardly more than the memory of light. The chamber lowers itself into the deepest part of its long, slow breath, and you go down with it, easily, the way a small boat goes down with a slow, soft tide. Down, down, down. The patient hands are still. The lamp is still. The ledger is still. The cedar drawers are still. The mirrors are still in their cradles, setting in their soft, slow way. You are still. You are warm. You are safe. You are held. Cedar, stone, bells. Cedar, stone, bells. The setting song is hardly a song now. It is hardly even a hum. It is the small, steady sound of a quiet place keeping itself quiet. The kind of sound a house makes late at night when everyone in it is finally asleep. The chamber is keeping itself quiet for you. The chamber is keeping itself quiet around you. You may sleep. You may sleep. You may sleep. If you are not yet asleep, that is all right. The chamber will hold you just the same. The glow will hold you just the same. The hum will hold you just the same. There's no test. There's no measure. There's no need to arrive anywhere. The only road tonight is the road of your breath. And the road of your breath knows the way. And the road of your breath has already begun to take you home. In, out, in, out. The walls glow. The stone breathes. You breathe with the stone. A last small sound, somewhere near. The soft, patient settling of a kind hand into its own warm rest. The patient one is resting too. The patient one has worked the long, quiet hours of the long, quiet night. And now the patient one is letting the work go, the way the patient one has let so many other works go, on so many other long, quiet nights. Everyone in the chamber is resting now. Everyone in the chamber is at ease. You are at ease. You are at ease. You are at ease. Your eyes are heavy. them rest. Your shoulders are heavy. Let them rest. Your hands are heavy. Let them rest. Your jaw is soft. Let it rest. Your brow is smooth. Let it rest. Your whole self is heavy and warm and softly held. Let your whole self rest. The cushion is soft. The blanket is light. The walls glow. The geode breathes. You are warm. You are safe. You are held. Sleep now. Sleep gently. The mirrors are setting. The light is steady. The stone is patient. The hum is low. The cedar drifts faintly through the chamber. The bells, somewhere far above, ring once. The bells, somewhere far above, ring once again. The wheel turns slowly. The wheel turns slowly. The wheel turns. Sleep. 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 You drift further. You drift easily. You drift the way the soft draft drifted earlier through the chamber, lifting the edge of a curtain and setting it down again, without disturbing anything, without asking anything, only moving gently from one warm place to another. You move gently from one warm place to another. Each warm place holds you for a little while. Then the next warm place holds you. Then the next. Then the next. There are so many warm places tonight. There is no end of warm places. You may rest in any of them. You may rest in all of them. The warmth is the same warmth wherever you go. The warmth is the warmth of stone, kept patient by long, quiet years. The warmth is the warmth of a folded chamois, kept soft by long, quiet hands. The warmth is the warmth of a small lamp burning low on a low wooden table. The warmth is the warmth of your own slow breath, moving in and out, easy as a tide. You are made of warm places tonight. You are made of warmth. You rest. You rest. You rest. The hum is gone now, almost. Or perhaps it has only become the same sound as your breath. It is hard to tell, and there is no need to tell. The hum and the breath are one quiet thing, and the one quiet thing carries you onward, gently, into the long, soft place where the night keeps its sleepers. The night is keeping you now. The night is a kind keeper. The night does not ask anything. The night only holds. You are held by the night. You are held by the stone. You are held by the glow. You are held. You are held. You are held. If a small thought wanders in, let it wander out. If a small feeling wanders in, let it wander out. The door of the chamber is open in both directions. Nothing has to stay that does not wish to. Nothing has to leave that does not wish to. Everything is welcome. Everything is free. You are free to rest. You are free to sleep. You are free to drift. You are free. The walls glow, faint and milk pale. The stone breathes, slow and patient. The mirrors set, soft and silent. The patient one rests. The lamp burns low. The ledger sleeps on the table. The cedar drifts faintly. The bells ring once, far above. The bells ring once again. The wheel turns. You breathe. You breathe. You breathe. And in and out. And in and out. The chamber is at rest. You are at rest. There's only the soft. There's only the warm. There's only the kind. You are warm. You are safe. You are held. Sleep now. Sleep gently. Sleep deeply. Sleep. 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 And the glow keeps you. And the stone keeps you. And the night keeps you. And the hum, low as a whisper, keeps you. And the cedar keeps you. And the bells keep you. And your own slow breath keeps you. You are kept. You are kept. You are kept. Rest now. Rest. Rest. Sleep. Sleep.
Hmm.